What is up, my friends? We got a juicy episode. We're starting off with Robinhood's sexy new desktop application, Google's new search and ad executives, and we have some chunky news over at Meta. It's layoffs, so it's not that exciting.
And after a raving review of Megalopolis, we talk about the Tesla robotaxi and the Uber potential acquisition of Expedia to become a super app of travel. It's Ricker, it's Bond. It's time to listen to the pod.
Hell yeah.
How come you don't want me, man? If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight. What's up?
Hello. What call is that?
Can't beat the fucking Clippers. Y'all make me sick with this shit.
Well, listen to this.
Politicians are a lot like that. They should be changed frequently for the same reason.
Yo, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen to Ricker and Bond.
We find it now.
Protect your citizens.
What an intro that was, am I right?
Damn, that was a great intro.
That's probably the best intro yet.
That was a
We've
good
been
one.
on this Zoom call for 14 minutes. It's
Oh,
called
jeez.
pre-production meeting, nerds. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I lash out at other people and call them nerds just because I wear glasses.
Does the 14 minutes cut into the recording time that
I'm
we
not positive, and I
the
think
already very limited recording time?
yes. I mean, it's still a pretty nice free service.
Maybe they should just like make ads pop up in the middle of your conversation instead of like limiting our meetings.
Oh my goodness, just freaking,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, this is actually, at the beginning, it's Ricker, it's Bond, everybody's favorite podcast. At the
What
beginning,
up?
for the oh, hey, dude, first 20 minutes, we obviously talk about the weekend. We obviously ask how each other's day is going. Uh, I watched a movie. Big news, I know. I don't do it a lot. I watch Rhett and Link in the mornings when I do my lunch, and that's basically it, dude. Bloomberg, Rhett and Link.
Damn.
I do watch them pretty continuously. And some
Damn.
comedian podcasts.
I don't
For
think
the
I've ever watched Good Mythical Morning, like
you gotta.
an
It,
episode.
they eat so many perky things.
Are they still in Smosh?
No, they sold it back to the duo.
Uh, They sold it back to the guys for way less than they bought it for.
It's just the worst business move ever. I
Dude,
would like to know the contract of that, but yeah, the freaking what's Smosh names? The freaking buy
Ian
one.
and Anthony.
Yeah, whatever one that was doing well on his own came back.
I was on their channel and it's just like I don't want to say it's sad because it's just not the content that I fell in love with that they used to
Uh,
make 15 years ago, but
I don't know.
they're still getting some views, but it's just so different now.
Is it not getting millies?
Nah,
Is it
nah,
not?
I think it's doing like a couple hundred thou.
Okay. Smosh.
Yeah, they probably make a little bit here and there.
But I watched movie of acclaimed director, uh, Coppola, the man who made The Godfather. His first name, everybody knows, is Francis Ford Coppola. He made The Godfather, he made Dracula, and he also made Megalopolis. You ever heard of Megalopolis?
No.
You never got targeted an ad on YouTube about a movie with Adam Driver, or actually they have billboards up around LA. Adam Driver, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, and some lady I don't know. Her name's actually her name. Everybody knows it. It's a thing. They really didn't shout her out, did they?
Damn, maybe she just
She's literally. I'm looking on Google, and she's like the fifth image that pops up under cast, and she's definitely like the second main character. Anywho, skis, Megalopolis. You know The Godfather, acclaimed. Do you know Coppola off top? You're a movie man.
nah.
You don't know? Are you not that much of a movie man?
I don't watch
You're
movies ever.
Whoa, dude! Whoa!
Yeah.
what, what was that?
What was what?
The video audience, your camera just shot your crop.
Oh, Oh, yeah, no, I was putting my laptop down because I'm trying to find my charger,
Ah,
but I
go
can't
ahead,
find
dude.
it. So
Dude, I could talk
we'll
about it.
s- we'll see how
Megalopolis.
this goes. Yeah,
Um,
let's hear it. Is it better than Transformers 1?
I haven't seen Transformers one. It's up there with Uncut Gems. That's my only other.
Oh,
And House of Gucci would probably be below my Uncut Gems.
just flawless filmmaking.
Uncut Gems, House of Gucci was also which also had Adam Driver. Not a thing. All right.
And if you love House of Gucci, you'll love Joker Fully Ado.
I haven't seen Joker fully deuce yet, but I did see Megalopolis on my computer on a laptop with ads popping up about uh, Chinese slots every now and then.
That's a good way to watch a film, to consume
I'm
some
sure
art.
I'm sure the director of Godfather would really only envision me watching his passion project of Megalopolis on a over a blanket in a dark room.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure he was thrilled. Just like I watched Dune 2 on my iPod Touch
Dude,
on
too,
the bus.
iPod Touch.
I
Uh,
haven't seen it.
Megalopolis. Everybody hated it online. Rotten Tomatoes crashed on it. IMDb crashed on it. 5 out of 10. Metacritic crashed on it. Everybody hated it. Good movie.
They're all wrong.
Hot
Like,
take, dude. George's
did
hot
they
take.
did they read your review of Uncut Gems? Like,
Did they
it's
even see the director's cut? Uncut Gems.
glenreviewsfilms.net.
Uncut Gems. I don't know if I saw commercials for it, but I saw a Megalopolis YouTube ad. Okay, so first of all, this man Coppola, I think he funded the marketing itself, and I'm not sure if the marketing was the number that I saw, but it was $120 million that I'm pretty sure came out of his pocket.
Oh, nice. You just had that laying around.
Just classic Coppola things.
Yeah.
Uh, it was everybody hated it. It was basically like an college indie film if it had $120 million and a pretty good director. 2 hour runtime, pretty freaking long. Definitely wasn't stoked about that. I did have to take a break in between at the hour mark, which is
That bad, huh?
not that bad, but like it was like 2 a.m. It was good, and I needed a break.
You know, Steven Spielberg directed Jaws when he was 26.
Right.
It's too late. Give up. Is what I'm trying to say.
Gary, give Gary
Yeah.
on the phone, dude. No,
It
I
was
didn't.
the first blockbuster, summer blockbuster in history.
19. When was just Jaws came out? Because that, if
Oh,
you're
let me guess. Let me guess. 76.
75,
Se 75? Fuck, close.
means you're born in 60, whatever, 50, whatever.
Yeah, dude, so he's fucking old.
He is pretty old.
And yeah, he's just like
Look at this guy. Look at, dude, his Wikipedia cover picture, 2023. He's looking like a beast, dude.
probably works out.
I mean, not like a beast, but he's looking good for it. I mean, 77's not super old, but he just looks like an author.
Looks like a billionaire to me.
Yeah. He could probably fund his own movie that everybody hates for $120 million.
Crazy if you're just like the guy, you're just like synonymous with directing. Contemporary director, you're like, oh, okay, Spielberg. Like, hey, that's
Yeah.
me, you know? Like,
The
okay, Einstein.
the movie's Einstein, precisely.
Yeah, that's funny.
Everybody's wrong about Megalopolis. All right, dude. It was freaking sick. Uh, I also, this is kind of a aside, but I was streaming on Ricker and Bond and also on YouTube, my YouTube. And I just, reading things about stocks while listening to rave music. I called it music and money, but it could also have been called raves and revenue. Pretty sick. Streaming's awesome. Love it. Rest in peace to freaking what was Vine's post? Brother Periscope. Rest in peace to Periscope. Musk once again ruining America. You know what I mean? He also
Rest in
brought
peace to
chopsticks.
Jack TV. What was that called? Alex TV.
Oh, yeah, Justin TV before
Oh,
Twitch.
Justin TV.
I watched the guy on Justin TV who did like pranks and stuff, and then they sold that bad boy to Twitch.
I just want to shout out that we were the original real life streamers. doing it in 2018. Yeah, remember we used to take our phones to the
Dude, there were
gym.
so many more IRL streamers before
No,
that.
fuck them. We were first.
Dude, like Twitch didn't exist before
No, it didn't. We were
in
pioneers.
2018.
Yeah, bro. That was a different time. TikTok didn't exist in 2018.
That is true, but I mean, Justin.tv cats were doing IRL streamers, but
It
I
was an
streaming was
entirely new
awesome.
world.
Oh my God, so much fun. Streaming was awesome. It's I'm gonna for sure read stuff on the laptop at mid. I'm thinking about 10 p.m. to midnight, and just listen to freaking high BPM music and read about stocks that are close to their 52-week high. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And I was doing a Notion, which is why after I said sick, I went on this tangent of a table of sick and trash. Well, I'm going through stocks. I either call it trash or I say that's a sick stock. It's kind of like the double chocolate chunk cookie guys.
Oh, I saw a video of their stream and someone was just spamming the N word over and over again, and everyone started doing it, and the fucking dad was trying so hard not to laugh.
That's the that's the bit. The fall of society is them doing. Do they stream to do IRL stuff?
They were doing some weird ass shit. Watching him kind of creeps me out because his eyes are so blue, and it's just like
Right. They're
he's like so
scared. They're
beautiful, but he's just like a man.
they're scary
So
characters for real. It's
okay, let's get to the news. We're losing viewership.
you mean people don't like 10 minutes of us shooting the S, dude?
No, they want to hear about
Anyways,
the news.
Ricker and Bond streaming once again. I'll probably go back to Twitch. YouTube, the homies go on, but I'll go back to Twitch. And you can hop on there, anybody, and show your drunk. It's all good, you know. You're gonna want to go to Ricker and Bond YouTube to see that reaction of Bond. It's freaking sick. Definitely in
It's
the sick
awesome.
column. Robinhood.
What's going
Everybody
on with
under
Robinhood?
the age of 32 loved it. Everybody who was in just out of college in 2018 was buying stuff that they liked, having no idea how to do stuff. And after the years go by, these investors, a lot of people trade, and Robinhood wants all their users to be traders too. They grow up, as they said, as Vlad said on a keynote on October 16th, 2024, as they unleashed something revolutionary, Bonjen Robinhood did. Something never before seen in the history of finance and financial technology. Robinhood unveiled a desktop brokerage. Hold for applause.
Oh fuck, really?
Hold for applause. A desktop brokerage, everybody.
Damn.
Clap it up. Clap it up for Vlad and the team doing something never before seen.
This is what we got a fucking keynote together for. This is what we spent $200,000 on production for.
A desktop brokerage. You can have up to 7 monitors. So Robinhood, the real thing that they were probably unveiling was they now offer futures and index options for their lovely degenerate traders. So
You
they
thought gambling was fun before.
as you thought one day expiration on options on the app on your mobile phone was fun. Just wait till you get into index funds. Pretty cool. They are kind of blowing up the spot for people on futures, but you can now trade futures on Robinhood app soon. I don't think it's live right now, but you can freaking just tap on your freaking leverage margin futures as a little degenerate, and you can either share or choose not to share your finances with your loved ones. I thought that was also funny. So,
So now
Robin,
I can get my bots involved to do my trading for me.
I don't know if you can plug in API to Robinhood stuff.
Oh, they better be able to.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting.
A bot just scraping up loose change from the stock market.
Losers, dude, they don't know how to do it. Robinhood adds futures and index options trading to its app, also debuting a desktop platform called Robinhood Legend for quote unquote advanced users. Featuring futures for S&P 500, oil, and Bitcoin at first. Per contract, it's either 50 cents or 75 cents, depending on gold versus normal users. And you can freaking do sick charts on a desktop. No one's ever seen it before. Hood stock up 110% year to date, which is kind of funny, but it's not back at the IPO price just yet. Your thoughts, Bonjen?
Uh, Not the biggest fan of Robinhood, but
Here's the thing. I wrote a piece on this, put it on LinkedIn. Basically, just first of all, doing like the numbers of it so I can hack the algorithm. But uh, Robinhood as an app and as a product did get a whole lot of young cats into investing. Now, whether those young cats grew up 6, 7 years, 8 years later to be a prudent long term investor of solid 13 to 20% gains every year, who knows? Who's to say? Probably not. But Robinhood got a lot of people into investing back in the day. Easy to buy Uber because people took Ubers. Easy to buy a train stock because you're watching stocks in Tucson. And easy to buy Solar City because it was cheaper than Tesla at the time. And then it disbanded and went into Tesla. Your thoughts?
I half, maybe a quarter agree with you.
Okay.
I think that I think that Robinhood is a beautiful piece of software. Its simplicity did a lot for the field of investing. However, I do think that the product is predatory on especially young men that um might seek out like dopamine hits like super fast because I believe like the app rewards dopamine when you make a trade, there's fucking confetti. It's like a casino.
Yeah.
And I think it's doing the same thing that Meta is doing with like dopamine and young people and like their inability to like understand that they're like being addicted to something. But I think it's a degree worse because you're like playing with real money,
Yeah.
you know? Um, but yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it is a bridge to like actual investing, but I feel like more people use Robinhood for like gambling purposes, like fucking trading options and shit, not like learning about finance.
Precisely. This is why I said who's to say that yeah. They call their freaking users traders. Uh
Yeah.
the new things that they unveiled is for trading. Um freaking monitors. But I find it, and I was trying to talk it out with ChatGPT. You know, my girl Sora over there. Uh, it gave me something that was very 10th grade essay-ish, but I found it. I was trying to, and I'm still thinking about it, but a finance company that debuts a desktop brokerage in 2024 after like it exists for a long time is pretty freaking funny. Of like companies just inventing more stuff and kind of like the Airbnb and stuff, and somewhat Uber creating taxis, et cetera, making it somewhat easier or more efficient to do something. But it,
I wonder what took them so long. Like, were they trying to just be mobile first?
yeah. So that was also another part of it where you have this product where it is super mobile first, and it was made in 2011, IPO'd in 2020 now, 2021, and you got a bunch of those new, probably young people trading and then kind of addicted to doing short-term finance stuff. And then as they grow up, you made a new product for them as they advanced in their degeneracy, most likely. But I find that very interesting too, of a product literally for a long, long time only staying on mobile. Like they had
Yeah.
desktop stuff, and but the desktop's not fun to use. And maybe that was the thing where like they really just neglected it, but a company that built the product as its users advanced in whatever field it was in, I thought is also an interesting concept. You kind of see it with like Instagram. It used to be a photo thing. There's also something I posted that from Trade VC, I think their name is on Instagram. But a new app got funded, and it's just like a photo album app. I haven't checked it out yet, but it's supposed to be like Gen Z photo albums. And that again, like cyclical rebuilding of things that people use. Um, I'll have to check it out, but it looks kind of cooler than Instagram and kind of goes back to just like sharing photos.
I wonder if they bought another trading platform and just slapped their logo on it, or if they just like actually built this.
Kind of feel like they built it. Um,
Also, I mean, their stock looks like it's
Pretty good
a lot lower than the IPO, but like this year it's been
from
doing well.
2023. Yeah,
Um,
a
what are their
lot of
earnings
financials
like?
have kind of gone that way. It is kind of just following the financial sector, but I mean, I bet we'll see it in their reporting if they make more money this way.
Oh yeah, okay, Robinhood. I see you, dude. I see you. We'll see where this goes.
You always wait 2 to 4 years after an IPO.
In other news that kind of has to do with this low key, or do you have something else?
Apple buys them
I don't think so. I don't think Apple wants to deal with that.
eventually. Meta?
I think they would more likely buy if they were to buy a brokerage, which I don't think they would buy someone else.
Okay, go on. Were you about to talk about
Um,
TikTok?
no, I'm about to talk about Facebook laying off another 10,000 people today
Okay,
or yesterday. Not Facebook, Meta.
yeah.
Meta laid off 10,000 people. Um, wonder why. Um, the stock is healthy. So my guess, more than anything, is that Zuck just knows he's learning how to cut costs
It's
and
called
increase revenue. Like,
instead of making more money, you reduce your margins or increase your margins by cutting stuff.
yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. He is making more money
Yeah,
and he's still
cut
cutting costs,
it.
which makes investors erect.
Yeah.
Um,
5 people plus a lot of revenue.
Netflix is doing the same thing. Netflix had some layoffs this year, or maybe it was last year, and they raised their prices, and people still signed up, and their stock went crazy.
Google
Um,
consolidating their Gemini team with sorry, I have to look it up. With their DeepMind team. So they're moving their Gemini team, which was their AI search engine, um, to their DeepMind, which is I think just large language model. I'm not
oh,
positive.
I thought they were on the same team, but
Uh, yeah.
Google's a fucking mess, dude. When it comes to fucking Jesus Christ, Google just seems so unorganized. It's it's almost a miracle how they get anything done.
That is funny you say
Like,
that because there was also, rumblings of ChatGPT taking away a lot of search online
yeah,
from
so
Google
they got to figure that out because
for
search is
sure.
if search is fucked, then there's gonna be no more ping pong tables in the office.
No more $20 vouchers, which is what Meta used for an excuse to lay off people.
Yeah, the fuck was that about?
They always, when it's cutting time, they always say like, "Oh, you guys are being poopy," and they just use the excuse to lay off people.
Wouldn't it just be
But
easier to say we're cutting costs? This was random.
eh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe layoffs are
Uh,
like, "Oh no, they're trying to do something bad, bad headline, bad PR." In that same vein, Google being a mess and almost being taken over by search by basically Microsoft, which is also hilarious. The boys who made Bing are 49% booting you in your main ad, but ad and search, which is getting a new executive, uh, Prab, Prabhat, oh boy, Prabhakar Raghavan. who was the search and ads division leader in Google, is stepping down to become the Google's chief technologist, where he will focus on tech and innovation. And replacing Mr. Raghavan is Nick Fox. Everybody knows Nick. Everybody likes his last name. Leading Google's knowledge and information division, which includes search, ads, and commerce products. He's been with 2003. Raghavan, who's now the CTO, led the development of AI-driven tools, Gmail's Smart Reply and Smart Compose. Do you ever use Gmail's Smart Reply stuff?
Probably.
Sometimes it's nice. It'll say like, "Hey, do you want to meet up for?" And it says instead of coffee, slapping that ass.
Right.
That was Raghavan, dude.
It
You know
was
Raghavan.
Gmail, dude. I didn't say it.
Raghavan's good, dude. When Raghavan's good, Raghavan's good. Um, AI features on maps and shopping. I'm not really sure how AI is on maps. Apparently, immersive view and virtual try on. You ever tried on something? I forget. It's
Did you
Amazon.
just say you don't know how AI is on maps?
Yeah. What does AI do on maps?
It probably assists with your route.
Ah, well, this says immersive view, so
I don't know
on
what
the
that. I don't know
production
what that
team,
is.
dude. Back on Gemini versus Google DeepMind, Gemini app team, which focus on Google's AI products, will now join DeepMind to try to go faster with AI. Because before, why have two AI teams be together? It doesn't make sense. Obviously, you're supposed to freaking silo them. Um,
I was about to say Gemini shit the bed, but I will say that when I make a search, especially a question, and I see that Gemini blurb
on
on
Google,
top of all the links, I am quite pleased that I
yeah,
don't have to click onto any links.
it's better. It's
Yeah.
better. I do get my answer pretty quicker than before. It is crazy once something new comes out and you're like, oh my God, I used to have to like sift through articles. I was just spinning
Yeah,
into
dude, the
articles and I
fuck?
had to read.
What's Google gonna do? How are they gonna make money from this?
Oh, you know.
The fuck?
Um,
How are they gonna track me if I just don't click any websites?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it in the future,
You're the
but
CEO, figure it out,
uh,
Glenn.
it gave me like 2 hours. Let
Create
me
that
ask AI
shareholder
about it.
value.
Huh?
Create that shareholder value.
Just fire everybody. I don't know. Uh, Google Ads still a thing, kinda. Small businesses still have to do things on search. Uh,
YouTube's still kicking ass.
YouTube
Um,
kicks ass. It does.
YouTube is the biggest streaming service
Netflix
in the
probably
world.
the biggest
Actually,
for
it's
TV
YouTube.
for just
It's
like
YouTube
anything.
for anything and even on TV. Like people watch YouTube more on TV than Netflix. Probably because they might like put on a really long video that just plays music, but like analysts still count that. So like YouTube's still kicking ass. It's generating billions of dollars a year for Google. There's literally no competition with it except, I mean, TikTok and Instagram. But like YouTube is still
Netflix.
the quality platform. Like YouTube is the HBO of fucking user-generated content platforms.
It brings stuff. I'm getting live just in my ear now some Google revenue. Uh, 58% of Alphabet revenue is Google search. Um, Also YouTube
30 is
ads.
like YouTube.
Come again.
It's 30% like YouTube ads.
It says encompassing revenue from its search engine and YouTube ads, excluding YouTube subscriptions. So probably ads and search, and ads including YouTube ads. 58% of their business in 2023, 163 billion. YouTube ads, 12%. Google Network, which is Google ads on third-party websites, around 12%. Google Cloud, around 11%. Which I can see like people like,
Oh,
oh,
that's a good point. Google
cut,
Cloud. I
cut
forgot
Google
about that.
Cloud, but you're in that email and you're like, oh, I need space. I'm sure that gets him money. around 11% of their money.
Oh, well,
Hardware.
they're referring to like if you have a website and you want to have cloud servers, they have a service kind of like or exactly like Amazon Web Services,
Got you. Google
and also
platform.
Microsoft does too. But
Sounds
I'm surprised that doesn't give them more money because that's like Amazon's main source of income is cloud computing.
32 billion. Do you know the billions that's coming from Amazon?
Only 32 bill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If let's see how much AWS brings in.
So maybe they could fucking, I don't know. Like I'm giving them fucking advice as
88.
if I
AWS is almost 89 billion. Google Cloud's 32% or 32 billion.
AWS is kicking ass. Everything is built on AWS.
And then percentage of revenue for Amazon coming from AWS coming in around 16%. So these cloud services, not the biggest chunks of revenue for the big boys.
What is the main source of revenue for Amazon?
Well, everybody knows that the main revenue source for Amazon, I'm not typing this in ChatGPT, um, says online stores, third-party seller fees, and Amazon Prime.
And
From
Amazon just fucking kicking ass, dude.
I want to see from their financial reports if it gives me any more percentages. But the main revenue source for Amazon says it's coming from its e-commerce business. About 40% is coming from online stores, direct sales, third-party sellers, which is commissions, fulfillment fees, and shipping fees. 23%. AWS is their third biggest revenue source at 16%. Subscription services, Amazon Prime, etc., 7%. Ads, 8. Physical stores like Whole Foods, 4%. Interesting. Interesting.
I thought their online store lost money.
I
Maybe it's
kind of
finally
thought that
profitable.
AWS was their main joint. Maybe their online stores might have been seen because I don't know what ads meant, but well, that was in my head. But I just thought AWS was the main money goat.
Unless ChatGPT about all these facts.
Can you say that again? I think you got cut out.
Fuck me.
Just say it again.
Unless ChatGPT is wrong
Great. Now, if you
about
could
these
say
facts.
that like you're a divorced dad.
I can't.
Choked under pressure.
I can't.
It's always fun when the hour. How much actual time is it? It's 30-minute mark. When the 40-minute mark hits and we come back from a 10-minute break, unbeknownst to everybody else. Yeah,
I have
unless
big news. We have to pause for 1 second.
sure.
Huge news.
Yeah, yeah.
Huge news.
The guy who
Just
attacked
gotta
Gaza is dead.
no, no,
Israel, Gaza.
nah. Bigger news.
What?
Just got a call from our dear friend Miles. He invited me to sit courtside at a Clippers game
Oh,
tonight.
dude, let's go boats!
Boat boys all
Let's
day, all
go
night. I,
boats, dude!
I didn't ask questions. Didn't ask how I got
You
the
don't.
tickets.
When you asked me, no, dude. Sometimes, bro, he was at the soccer game I was at. He had freaking box seats. Freaking, remember when we
Bro
went?
just knows people.
He does. He's a closer. What can you say?
Yeah.
One time, John Damon, whatever his name, and the Shark called me a closer because I had a pin in my ear when I met him one time.
Oh
At a
fuck.
Black Wealth conference.
Oh right. You were the
Brag.
VIP. You were the guest speaker.
Oh yes, as a token white. I was gonna bring up an air horn effect for the boat side. That's not what I want. I want a DJ air horn. Let's go boats, dude.
Go boats.
Dude,
Can't wait to go support my boats in person.
I might have to make that merch because it's that there's no way that's not a hot potato ticket sale of having a bunch of sweatshirts.
Sure.
Let's go boats.
Let's go boats, dude. Are you a boat boy? I'm a boat boy for life, baby.
I'm a San Diego Clipper fan, which means I'm an LA Clipper aficionado.
Nice. So you
Clippers
just hate the Dodgers, that's what you're saying.
I hate the Dodgers. There's like I really don't fall into the fandom of things. I like repping things for the sake of repping, and I enjoy sports. But I hate when people get all a little sporty, but I dislike the Dodgers.
Why do people like the Dodgers so much?
Imagine liking the Dodgers, right?
I mean, like I understand like a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah,
but
okay.
they go way harder than Laker fans. They go way harder than any sports fans I've ever seen in
Um,
LA.
there's a lot of foos, man. There's a lot of freaking Mexicanos that like the Dodgers, the Doyers, they say.
They literally bleed blue.
They love, wearing shorts, long socks, and repping the Doyers, dude.
My coworkers be getting into fights over this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bruh, like
I
it's just a game, guys.
yeah, that is an interesting thought of why people go harder for the Doyers.
Yeah, like you don't
Maybe
see people getting into fights outside of basketball games. Like, let's put it that way.
that's with a lot of baseball. A lot of maybe it's because like cheaper tickets everywhere.
Maybe, but it's like,
Baseball gets into fights.
is it because the sport is so much slower, so people have more time to talk shit to each other
It's
because
just
they're not
more
watching?
alcohol. But yeah, that too. Maybe more chirping, more
Yeah,
like there is a lot of it happens in hockey, but there is a lot of banter that goes on in baseball.
yeah. It's like fucking.
Dodgers suck, dude.
Hey, okay, dude, Mr. San Diego over here. Oh, the Padres, bro. Oh,
Uh,
so cool,
Their
dude.
coach, their coach who used to be a Padre, uh the one of the big players on the Padres is called Manny Machado, his name. And
Yeah.
he threw a ball towards the Dodger dugout just to get the ball out of the way. Completely not malicious. And this joker of a manager they have over there at LA, dude, he riled up the boys saying, "Oh, dude, Machado's trying to hit us, bro. You gotta rile up the boys." He riled up the boys, and then they won the series, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, I was just lying. I knew that would rile up the boys."
Oh, sometimes you gotta rile up the boys. And you know what? You hating the Dodgers is making me like them more. Fuck the Padres.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, dude, why don't you go put on your flip-flops and go somewhere else?
I wear jeans on the beach, all right?
That's fucking disgusting.
No, it's not, dude. I'm not gonna.
Jeans.
I walk on the beach. It's not like I'm laying on the beach.
I'm just imagining like the bottom of your pants getting wet and they're
No, dude, I'm not
sandy.
frolicking. Like I'm not beach frolicking. I'm walking on the coast like a normal human being.
Oh
I remember
Lord.
when I was taking the train back from LA and I was at one of the like San Diego stops. There was a guy in flip flops and a San Diego Padre shirt on, and I was like, "Hell yeah, brother, we're back, dude."
Yeah, the Padres, bro.
Dude, the Padres, dude, let's go Posh, dude.
Fuck the Padres,
Uh,
bro. Fuck San Diego
they
too.
no, dude, that's ridiculous of you,
Even though it's beautiful there, but fuck San Diego.
dude. The Dodgers are also like just giving the Mets. They're only up 2-1, but they're just giving the Mets a nice little rear spanking as well. And I like
What's
the
up?
Mets too. Anyways, that's the sports corner. And to delve more into the sports corner, the LA Boats are playing the Sacramento Kings for the fifth game of the season today at 7:30 p.m. You better make your way down there.
Fifth game of the preseason.
Is it
Yeah, I
not
still got to go to
regular
my.
season yet?
No, I think it starts on the 25th.
Oh, really? Dude, Warriors have been killing it in this preseason. Their championship season is now, dude.
Nah, this is our year. This is the boats year.
Classic Ricker and
This,
Bond,
this
dude.
is the boats year. I feel it. Let's go.
Let's go boats, dude. So funny. Just being in Inglewood and being the Clippers is just a funny thing, dude.
Should I buy a $200 jersey?
And they should buy a $200 Inglewood house, dude.
Inglewood House. Oh God.
Yeah, dude. The
Property
boats
is
are there.
not cheap in Inglewood
Not
anymore.
anymore. The
Those
boats are
days are over.
a little late.
I'm
When it's
gonna
like
wait for
prime
that.
time. I mean, prime time's like 50 years ago, but 2000 price is not bad.
Probably before like 2011, you were probably good.
All right, all right. I'll go back in time.
Yeah.
You were saying ChatGPT might have been lying about AWS, and I was like, I can't wait till it'll probably be not too long, but hopefully it's not a Zoom feature. Maybe I can plug in an API with ChatGPT, but an AI producer that can fact check and give you the numbers live in ear.
An AI producer?
Yeah. So like you're for like pods and stuff, and it can be like,
Oh,
yeah, what is the revenue? Jimmy? Yeah.
I see.
Will you fund me
I
$400 million
see.
dollars?
That's an interesting idea there.
Pretty nice use case.
You just be like, hey, AI, Jamie, look this up. It just
Yeah,
looks it
Jamie.
up. Hmm.
Easy. Pretty kind of already
Interesting.
a thing now, but whip it up, whip it up.
That seems like something they should like bake into Riverside or something.
Yeah, and that's
Like
why I was saying like, oh, it's gonna have to be a Zoom product, but that's why I was hoping for some API integration.
I've never used Riverside, but I will say that look how far we've come with what you can do with the browser. Now you can just have a full-on podcast,
Their
you
microphone
know?
might only be in the left ear when it's obviously stereo, and that's pretty lame, but
Have you considered that maybe it was a hardware issue on your end?
of course it was. I only had one out from the left speaker, which is I think is how it's supposed to only be the left. But this is stereo.
Is
So
it?
get it together. Am I crazy?
Whatever happened to how much did Anchor sell for to Spotify?
Just whatever they did, they should have just kept going. The Spotify,
No
oh,
way. That was a lucky break, bro. Like
it was.
how are they gonna make any money from that shit?
They Spotify paid 340 million to buy Gimlet and Anchor.
Ooh, ooh, imagine they just got a third of that. Oh yeah, daddy. Ooh, daddy likey, those numbers.
Spotify doubled down on podcasts in 2019. Way to go, Joe. Um, yeah, they bought it. They bought it. Spotify paid around $200 million for Gimlet, and which would mean Anchor fetched $140 million from Spotify.
Now, like keep that in mind. That was what, 2019?
Mhm.
Now there are several podcasters doing $100 million deals. So
Spotify is at
maybe they did make the right choice,
to sell or Spotify?
Spotify, to buy these platforms because like if podcasters are doing like these kinds of deals, like fucking the Caller Daddy girl, and I know fucking Will Arnett did like a pretty lucrative podcast deal. Imagine how much money Spotify must be getting, maybe, perhaps, right? Because these are Spotify exclusive deals, right?
Unknown, but sure, I get
Or
the
maybe they're just spending fucking Wall Street money to acquire
yeah.
this exclusive content.
Well, I was gonna say Spotify is at its almost all-time high. Their all-time high is a perky 387, and they almost touched that last month at 389. So are they're at their all-time highs right now. I mean,
And apparently they have more users on iPhones than Apple Music does
which
on their own phone.
and that goes back to the sentiment, which makes sense of the sentiment of being like Spotify over Apple Music. We talked about it, but just like Megalopolis, they're wrong.
But Spotify is like technologically an inferior product because it has lower quality audio and it doesn't support stuff like spatial audio.
Interface sucks. Screw all the spatial stuff. Their Spotify looks worse than Apple Music.
You think so? I kind of like Spotify's. I like Spotify's UI.
Wrong.
I just wish they had if they had spatial audio and all that good stuff. I still wouldn't switch because I have a home pod, but it's that fucking moat, dude. But if that weren't the case, like if I had something else, I'd probably use Spotify. I use Spotify for podcasts. That's my main
Interesting.
go-to.
I mean, I did use Spotify for podcasts. Shout out Robinhood Snacks back in the day, which is now known as the best one yet. T-Boy, Jack,
Really?
Jack. Yeah, they're on their own somewhere else. You didn't know that?
Didn't s- no, I didn't.
They bought them out, or they left to go do their own. I think there was something. They might be with Sirius now,
Yeah, funny.
but
No,
they
probably
always
with
did have
Vox or
their.
some lame ass shit like that.
They
Vox
were
Media.
they had the classic Robinhood Snacks voices. They had a solid um, format for a nice young budding financial interested kid.
Some podcasts are just good.
You're listening to one of them, Rick Ramon. Next up, we got The Weeknd. What's he up to? Just kidding.
Not dropping, dude. How come Tyler the Creator can announce an album saying it's gonna drop in 10 days and not be lying, but The Weeknd has to fucking edge us for fucking months? I'm telling you, bro, he's just waiting for this Diddy list to come out, dude.
Sure. Um, Speaking of acquiring things, Uber is sending out feelers to acquire Expedia in
That's interesting.
hopes to do a super app type of deal, as they say.
Is that I don't know if this is like a conflict of interest or anything, but the current CEO is the ex-CEO of Expedia.
Dara?
Yeah.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So like
I don't think it's illegal.
he knows that company inside and out. So I would be surprised if he's spearheading this whole thing.
Well, he is spearheading the company that is spearheading it.
What is Expedia? Travel?
Expedia is a travel website. It has a market cap of around $20 billion. However, discussions right now, Bunjin, are in the preliminary stage, and no formal talks with Expedia have taken place. So it's probably Dara phoning up his Expedia homies and being like, "Hey, you know that we're all gonna crash, right? Or at least you for sure gonna crash. If it says it's public, it might be a public company. Is it?
So he wants
Yes.
you to be able to book your flights on Uber, presumably.
Which is
Cool, I think.
cool. Um,
The thing about
I mean,
Expedia though is
hmm?
that the thing about Expedia though is that it has something that Uber doesn't have, which I think holds it back is like if you're like looking for flights, you go on Google and then it shows you like the flights on Google. Like you don't go to Expedia. Whereas for Uber, that's not the case. You just open the Uber app, you go straight to the product.
Well, instead of Google being that, it'd be Uber.
Yeah. So well, like
Hard, hard, hard
well,
habit to fix for people using Google, but
will
what?
Expedia prices not show up on Google anymore?
Perhaps. But I mean, if you're doing
Interesting.
I mean, it's a hard habit for sure, a hard habit to break. I mean, Google is just getting hit, dog. Google is getting hit jab by jab. But Expedia is a public company. It's trading at 158 right now, which is close to what the price was in 2017, but it's not the all-time high of 2022 at 217 was all-time high. Um, it's like getting priced by WWE getting bought by TKO. But acquiring Expedia could accelerate Uber's expansion into the travel space, aligning with what Dara wants to be an everyday app, just like people want the super app, like Mr. Musk wanted X to be a super app. Um, Train ticket sales launched in the UK for Uber in 2022, going beyond ride hailing and food delivery. Um, some analyst insights from Mr. Robert of Gordon Haskett noted that if a full acquisition doesn't happen, Uber could benefit from a potential partnership with Expedia through a white label solution to integrate travel bookings into its platform, which still maybe if that's, I don't know, financially, if that's better for Uber in the long term, but that seems like a win for Uber. Um,
Yeah. I just wish they would get back into self-driving cars.
you do.
I do. I really do. I feel like it's gonna bite them in the long term. But that's a
Uh,
very cash intensive business.
It's, I mean, them not doing, are they completely over it right now?
They abandoned their self-driving car efforts in an attempt to reach profitability
Well,
a few years ago. And I think they did reach
stock prices.
profitability. But like, with this fucking new Tesla robotaxi coming out, which we didn't even talk about, which we don't even have time to. Um,
You don't.
um, and fucking Waymo's on the road and
Yeah.
shit. Like I
Sell
do
data,
think like in
perhaps.
15, yeah, they do have a lot of data, but like I mean, I guess they do have user data, but I feel like the real like
You could
data
also
that like these companies need. Huh?
integrate into Tesla vehicles of doing Uber, like an AirPlay situation, a CarPlay. I'm sure that might not be in the interest of Tesla, etc., but there's ways to get in.
Yeah, Uber is
Like if you're gonna use a Tesla app instead of an Uber app to get a taxi.
probably if it's cheaper.
Hmm. Same thing with what Tesla did with EVs, driving a bunch of EV prices down. It's gonna be the same thing with what they're doing here. Everyone's gonna be a race to zero, just like Uber versus Lyft,
Oh yeah.
which goes into the
Oh
code.
yeah, but it's like I don't know, but it's like the fucking how do I explain this in like business terms? It's a race to zero, but like your margins can still be chunky because you don't have to like pay a person.
Sure.
And like
New world, eh?
if someone else owns the vehicle, like the Tesla owner owns the vehicle, then they're responsible for the maintenance and not Tesla.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
Tesla
what I'm saying.
gets
If Uber can slide in and be a part of that ecosystem somehow, then they could still win.
they they have to, but they're just so I just feel like they sat on the sidelines for 5 crucial years of development, and they were doing a good job too. But I mean,
That
they
was
weren't because
pre-Dara,
like
man.
their Uber cars killed someone. But some people got to die
Oh my God.
for technological advancement.
Dara came in at 2017.
Came
Oh,
in that dumpster fire and turned it around.
I mean, stock price went up and down, but it's up now. Um, are you running out of time?
I'm running out of time. I have to go cleanse my body with soap, and then I'm gonna go to Miles' house, and I'm gonna go watch the boats kill. Who are
King,
they playing? The
King.
Kings.
They're
Fuck the Kings.
playing that into it. Uh,
Into it all day, baby.
oh,
Inglewood
so
for
you get to see
life.
Mr. Microsoft's vision in there.
I get to see him. I get to pat his bald head because I'm
If
sitting courtside, baby.
if you're not loud, it ejects you out of your seat.
Really?
No, but it can tell you how loud you are. And if you're loud enough, you get a prize.
I heard there's a weed smoking section. Is that
Dude,
true? Before I embarrass
I'm
myself,
pretty. We talked about that a long time ago. I think it was a rumor, but that's pretty sick.
I'm
Is
looking
it
this up
only
right
weed
now.
though? Because I love the oldness of just a bunch of cigarette smokers. I went to freaking the San Diego Gulls Stadium, and they still
Hmm.
have a smoking section. Hilarious. Very
I
funny.
have very bad news. All forms of smoking, including vaping and e-cigarettes, are prohibited in the arena and
Fake, dude.
anywhere on property.
That's why you ran
I
Microsoft stock into the ground, Balmer.
Holy shit, Steve.
Uh,
Fuck. All right. Well, whatever.
One Gen's gonna go cheer on the boats, just like we all are. And we're gonna hit this intro.
Yes, daddy.